The long span held for 2 days before the whispers grew sharper. Not the chains they still swayed with the tempered line Jarek had left behind, but the voices that wrapped around them. Gangs spoke of how the bridge hummed underfoot now, as if offering secrets. The cult spread word that every link in its chains was a prayer waiting to be sung. And the guild pretended nothing had happened at all, which was its own kind of confession. Jarek tried to live inside the quiet between. He sat in the den, palms pressed to his ribs, listening for the basin's echo. The 7 rings still turned, rough but steadier, their scrape softened by the thread of silence he had carried back. The band on his wrist pulsed faintly, reminding him of the bridge's song. The hunger crouched close. You keep weaving threads that fray. You think silence is a chain, but silence rots. Fire endures. Fire demands. Fire will win. Not today, Jarek whispered. Varric cleaned his knives, the sound of the whetstone grounding. His crimson eye clicked steady. You're holding better. The rings scrape less. The band hums louder. For how long? Jarek asked. Varric shrugged. Long enough. Until the city screams again. It didn't take long. The market filled with smoke before noon. Not from a seam, but from torches. The forge rats marched through the stalls, their bent-ear lieutenant shouting, knives clanging against shields scavenged from guild scrap. They carried banners painted with crude crowns of fire. The crownless leads, the lieutenant roared. The gangs bow. The guild falls. Fire answers only to fire. Merchants scattered. Children ducked behind stalls. The pear seller stood her ground, her knife flashing as she slashed down her awning before it could catch flame. Jarek stepped from the dense shadow, his hood low, but the forge in his chest gave him away. The rats roared when they saw him. There, the lieutenant shouted. The crownless himself. Proof. He walks with us. Jarek's forge blazed, his chains stirring. The hunger purred. Say nothing. Their voices crown you anyway. Take it. Rule. Varric's knife slid into his palm, crimson eye ticking. Don't answer, he murmured. Don't deny. Walk, but the rats surged closer, their chants shaking the square. The lieutenant shoved through, his bent ear twitching, his grin wide. If this story has you listening this far, subscribe to Azure Inkblade so the next chapter finds you instead of getting buried. It helps us keep making more of these every week. Now, back to the chapter. He thrust a jagged crown of scrap iron toward Jarek. Wear it. Lead us. Burn the guild from their holes. The crowd pressed in, voices clashing. Some chanted crownless, others spat, some begged for fire to protect them, others cursed it for destroying. Jarek's chest burned, the 7 rings grinding. The hunger laughed. Yes. Put it on. Burn their names into ash. Be what they already believe you are. He clenched his fists. No. The word cut through the noise like a blade. The rats faltered. The lieutenant blinked, then snarled. Refusal is prophecy. The crownless denies because denial is fire's truth. He jammed the crown toward Jarek's head. Chains burst from Jarek's arms, golden and blazing. They lashed the crown, ripping it from the lieutenant's hands, flinging it into the dust. Sparks showered. The rats froze, eyes wide. I am not your weapon, Jarek said, voice raw but steady. I am not your proof. I am not your king. The square fell silent, stunned. Then the cult roared. Refusal. Proof. The crownless denies. Black flames flared. The gangs muttered, knives twitching. Some eyed Jarek with awe, others with hatred. The guild scribes scribbled faster, their slates glowing. Varric stepped close, knife flashing. We leave, he said, sharp. They cut a path through the crowd, Jarek's chains coiling to block reaching hands. The hunger shrieked, furious. Fool! They offered you fire. They begged for your crown. And you chose silence again. Back in the den, Jarek collapsed against the wall, chest heaving, sweat dripping. His rings scraped harshly, the band burning hot against his skin. Varric cleaned his knife with calm strokes. You made an enemy today. And an army. Sometimes they come as the same thing. Jarek pressed his palms against his ribs, teeth gritted. I made a choice. Then hold it, Varric said. His crimson eye clicked once, softer. The city won't let you forget. That night, Jarek dreamed of crowns made from chains, each one tightening around his head until his skull cracked. He tore them free again and again, but every refusal forged another. The hunger laughed, echoing through the dream. You think no saves you. But no is just another yes in a different tongue. He woke gasping, the forge blazing. The band glowed faintly, a splinter of silence in the storm. He clung to it, breathing in sevens. The city outside whispered his name.